Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Foreman, and this is the Dakine World Traveler. The bag we're holding right here is the Dakine World Traveler 6'8", and the World Traveler it's the grand poobah of travel bags in the surf industry. It's actually the bag that invented this whole bag category for being able to fly with your surfboards. And obviously this is an updated model and a little bit refined cut and materials. When we talk about a travel bag versus a day bags are for in and out of your car or your truck or in and out of your garage, just protecting the boards from getting dinged or scuffed up. Travel bags are designed for on and off the plane and going to your final destination. And as you've all heard about, the airlines do just about everything that they could do to damage your board, so you want to make sure that they are padded. So the padding is always going to be a lot thicker on the travel bags, and then also the reinforcements are going to be a lot stronger on the bag. The zippers are stronger, and a lot of the bags will even have skid plates or wheels like this one does on the end to be able to get from the national terminal to the international terminal without the use of a taxi or a shuttle service. You'll be able to roll your board bag the whole way through. Wheels are great for that. They're not as great if you're trying to keep the bag really, really light and pile as much gear as you possibly can into it, because they're going to add a little bit of weight to the bag. But if you travel with a conservative amount of gear and you don't mind the extra weight of the wheels, they make it really easy to get from the parking lot into the airport and from the airport back out to the parking lot, and then other terminal shifts like Jeffrey O'Neill, who works with us here, just did on his way to Bali. He said he had to do this huge run over to the other terminal and was glad that his bag had wheels. So let's take a look. One of our customers just gave us a ring, and he's picking up these 4 boards. We got 2 lost and 2 firewires, and he's heading to Nicaragua. He lives in Vail, Colorado. He goes down to Nicaragua all the time. He's getting 4 boards. He's getting this bag. 2 most common questions we get with travel bags is how many boards does the bag fit, and also what's the biggest board that I can put in the bag. So we're going live right now, and we're just going to open it up and answer not only Craig's question, but we're going to answer everybody's question on those. So again, this is the 6'8". They make this bag as well in a 7'4" and a 9'2". So you can see it comes with 2 dividers between your boards. Also comes down with internal straps to secure the boards down, just so they're not rolling around in there. Fin pouch here, and then also some more accessories up here. Okay, normally when I'm packing the bag, I normally like to put, if there is one that's the most durable, put that one on the bottom. Also, this one's wider too, so it's nice to get that wider board down low. Drop a pad right here. This is the longest board. We'll put that one next. Another pad. Now we're out of the pads that Dakine gave us, so another thing you can do to separate your boards is just a t-shirt or 2 laid flat. You don't really need, since all the boards are the same shape, you really don't need a lot of padding between them. You just need to keep them from just hammering on each other. So normally a t-shirt or 2 or a flat towel will do the trick in between the boards. So beyond that, you're going to use your cinch straps here and here. Cinch them down so they're not moving around, and zip the bag shut. You're always going to have like a little bit of a mini heart attack in the beginning there, because when you have a brand new bag, the sides will be cinched down so it won't fit right away. We're going to open up all of our cinch straps. I think it's going to be right there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. We're actually not even really that close. All right, so now everything's inside, right? So if I was Craig, right now we're at the 6'8", biggest board's a 6'2". I'd be taking my towels and my extra clothes, packing them right here around the tails. I tend to not put wetsuits with zippers or anything like that, because the zippers and the zipper cars are inevitably going to ding your boards, but anything soft, so like t-shirts, board shorts, towels, board socks, even like a day bag that you're going to use for your trip, like rolled up, that works really good right here. Same thing for the noses. And then just go around the bag, cinch it down the whole way around the bag. Keep it nice and tight. This does two things. It just keeps the boards all locked down so they're not moving around and dinging each other. The other thing it does, little optical illusion, just makes the bag look a little bit smaller when you're checking it in, and gives you the ability to potentially get a little bit less of a airline fee. So we talked about before, the wheels make it nice, you know? So when we came to the point where the bag was a little bit tight, we're like, whoa, this is gonna be a little bit tight. One of the things you could do, let's say you're going with 4 boards, and let's say it didn't quite fit. What I found is if you have one board that's like your groveler board or your novelty board, a little bit different than the other boards, and it's a lot wider, shifting the position of where that board is in the stack can help you fit those 4 boards in. So we have it all the way down on the bottom, and the bottom and the top are a fixed width on the bag, just based on the seam cut of the bag. But the middle of the bag has the ability to go out further just with the extra material. So moving that board into the middle or just juggling its position in the stack can help you fit all the boards in there that you want to take on your trip. So the other question that everybody wants to know is, what is the biggest board that this bag will fit? It's a 6'8". So what, you know, will it fit a 6'8"? Is that the outside measurement or is it the inside measurement? And what we always recommend is if you're buying a travel bag, you want to buy the bag for the number of boards that you want to travel with, whether it be on this trip or in future trips, because you might only be flying with 2 boards this trip, but do you think you're going to be flying with 3? Do you think you're going to be flying with 4 in the future? So pick that number out, and then also the longest board that you will be traveling with, whether it be this trip or in the lifetime of the bag. So this bag is obviously a 6'8". We don't have anywhere near a 6'8" in here, so let's pull a 6'8". So this is a Lost 6'8" Easy Up, which is their all-around hybrid, basically step-up board that works in better waves, and then also that you can use in the smaller stuff too. But the reason I'm picking that is not because of the performance of the board. I'm just picking it because it's a wider, full nose 6'8", because that's going to take up more room in the bag than, let's say, like a real narrow pintail shortboard 6'8". So if we're going to rearrange, the first thing that we can do is just, I wouldn't pack it like this, but let's just see to have it fit. Again, you want to be careful if you're doing something like this, of that bottom board hitting it. And I think we're going to be in there, so let's pack it properly, all right? Okay, again, 6'8" in the 6'8" bag. There's the tail, okay? The end of the bag is still another inch or so, 2 inches outside of that. And this is also really heavy padding in there, so we're good there on that end. Let's take a walk down to the other end. Still have room here to put a towel or some t-shirts wrapped up to protect that nose in there. So that's a 6'8". So the numbers on these bags, that's the internal measurement, biggest board that you can put inside the bag safely. Now you can put a 6'9" in here. You might even be able to put a 6'10" in here if it was the right board, and then also you weren't maxing this board out. This bag right now is at capacity. I wouldn't put any more boards in here than this, because then you're going to start compromising the bag and then also its ability to protect your boards. But if you only had, let's say you had 2 boards or 3 boards rather than 4 boards, you could potentially put a longer board in here and have the additional material that's available in the bag stretch out from the sides this way to fit that longer board. Again, if you do that, you're starting to risk, it's kind of like a one-off thing, you know, like, hey, I got this, I'm going on a trip and this is the bag I have, and and it's going to be a really big swell and I really want to take a 610, well then you might have to sacrifice bringing one of your other boards, and then the bag might be able to just conform just to that one board being a little bit longer. But best bet is always to have it be the length of the bag or smaller. So we talked about this bag being at capacity, and when we say at capacity, we just mean the girth of what we're putting in here. So the length is fitting right now with the 6'8" in there, but we're talking about basically the total of the thicknesses of the boards that you're putting in. And so a lot of board bags will say fits up to 3 boards, fits up to 4 boards. Some of them right now even say fits up to 7 boards. And why they have to say up to is because of the thicknesses of the boards varying. So if you're a lighter surfer or a pro surfer that's only riding like boards that are 2 1/4 inches thick, that's gonna stack and be able to fit a lot more boards in a bag like this than somebody who's riding like 2 3/4 or even 3 or 3+ thick of those same style or like fishier style boards. So that's why a lot of times you're gonna see that where it goes up to. So this bag fits up to 4 boards. Is it gonna fit up to 4 of everybody's boards? If you're like a bigger surfer like myself, you're gonna have to start arranging the boards or changing the order of the boards to make sure that those boards fit in there. Will it fit 3? 100% guaranteed. Will it fit 4? You're gonna have to start looking at the thicknesses just to double check before it's like 11 o'clock at night, right before you're leaving for your trip and you're finding out that you gotta leave one of your boards behind. Just double check and make sure of that stuff. This bag, it's got a nice tall sidewall, so it does have the ability to fit a lot of boards. But when we put that easy up in, you saw that it definitely got tighter height-wise. And that board is 2 3/4 inches thick. So we're thinking if we took out all of those other boards and replaced them with 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and 2 3/4, the bag's gonna be pretty hard to get closed. So again, just double check, make sure it's gonna fit the thicknesses. We know the length it's gonna fit because it's 6'8". This bag will fit basically anything 6'8" long, even if it has a wide nose, a wide tail, and it's wide in the middle. But it's the thicknesses that are going to gobble up the capacity of the board bag faster than you think, not the actual length. So always double check. And if you have any questions, whether you're buying 4 boards and getting the bag at the same time like this one, or if you're just buying the bag, if you can give us a rough spec sheet of what boards you want to fit in, we can always grab similar boards and give it a test before we send you the bag and make sure it's the right bag for what you're trying to travel with. So there we go, that's 4 boards, World Traveler, 6'8". Again, this bag's available in 6'8", 7'4", and 9'2". It's time to go to the airport. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any more questions about the Dakine World Traveler Travel Series board bags or anything else that Dakine makes for surfing, you can give us a call at the shop, 252-987-6000. Or look us up online, realwatersports.com/surfing. Thanks for tuning in.